So essentially, our bodies are a chemical reactor. There is an ongoing alchemy process that doesn't stop existing within us. And it's up to us to bring our own awareness to tap into the differences and the the ways that we can help improve our mood. And it is important to discern the differences between these chemicals so we don't get caught up in being led astray. And we can always find a better way to heal our bodies. So, the four main chemicals that are in our bodies or in our minds are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Now, the main one I want to focus on is endorphins because the power of endorphins is very underrated. It is the main chemical that is produced within our body when we exercise. It doesn't matter how you exercise. It could be through yoga, it could be through running, it could be through any form of activating your breath, activating the cardio stress, which can be a healthy stress. This is the main chemical that helps our body feel good. It, it is essentially a free painkiller. You don't need to buy painkillers at all. We can exercise, and in this world where we are losing time to produce the chemicals because there's either too much stress, there's everything's going too fast, or things are already chaotic that we don't get the chance to take time to ourselves and exercise and produce the chemicals that are free. Now, it's important to know that healing your body is very accessible to everybody and anyone. No one has to be qualified. You just got to work within your own limitations. And essentially, week by week, you grow like anything. And it's important that in this world where stimulation is very toxic, because when we're overly stimulated, we don't get the chance to stop and slow down and breathe and do the most important things and access the free healing energy. Because endorphins are very, very important, especially if we're feeling sore. Or it could be spiritually, it could be emotionally, it could be any way. And it's important that moving for at least 5 to 10 minutes to build up, you know, some physical stress with intention is the most important part, is a way to free our minds from whatever patterns that are holding us back. Moving makes us feel good naturally. And it's the endorphins that help us navigate reality. Because if you go, it's like going for a massive run and you find the runner's high and you feel like you don't want to stop. Well, to me, that seems like a good problem to have because you're moving, you have this energy that's everything that's held you back is completely gone. And if you can run and run and run and feel good, well, you've activated a moment of bliss. You're you've reclaimed your power because you can enter that flow state with almost anything. It just takes time to learn. It takes time to practice. And as I've said already, it's in this world where stimulation and information is, super quick to access, we forget to access it within ourselves, or to actually take on these practices instead of just knowing it. It's time to embody it. That's the big difference. We need to embody these practices so our reality can change. It's only when we embody what we are learning does, I suppose, reality begin to rearrange. Because you can know all the wisdom, you can know everything from reading a book, listening to supposed gurus. You can listen to anyone and know a lot of information, but if you don't put the work in and physically match it, then the information is no good to anyone. So it's up to all of us to share the message of uh, embodying our knowledge, and then we have more to share. And it's very important because upon my journey, I was there was definitely a big period of my life where I was reading books. There was a big period where I was reading a lot of information about personal development, self help, and spiritual ways of existing. And I tend to consider myself more of an omnist because I do tend to believe that there is a truth within many. Uh, I don't like the term of religion, but there are layers across certain beliefs that match up quite nicely, and that's why I consider myself an omnist. Because yeah, anyways, I'm not going into that realm. Um, that's just how I sort of started approaching knowledge and approaching different ways of thinking, because I wanted to find the most neutral perspective possible. I knew that I couldn't be convinced of a particular truth that was taught to me in a book without experiencing the truths that I experienced firsthand later on in life. So, in my perspective, being an omnist was the most neutral perspective to begin with. And I still relate to a lot of beautiful things that I learned through that neutral perspective. And I think pay, it does play a big role to be neutral, because there's a lot of information out there and it's how we access it. But how we access it is not just through our eyes or through knowing what buttons to click on the phone to be validated. It really depends on how you access it within yourself. Because how are we going to have any integrity if we become more talk and no action? Or most of the spiritual leaders embody exactly what they believe, and that's why I believe they have integrity. And we've all got our different perspectives. We're all looking at reality through a different lens, and there's not necessarily one lens that is absolutely right. It's just a perspective thing. The main concern is do no harm, and no harm will be done to you. So as long as we're being, I suppose, peaceful and respectful and loving, that's the best objective we can work towards, at the very least. A lot of things will grow from there. It's quite natural for things to grow from there. So exercising, embodiment, shifting reality through taking action is very possible, and it doesn't cost you a thing, unless you want to pay for to socialize at a gym. If you want to pay to socialize in a studio, it's up to you. But it doesn't actually cost you a thing to generate these chemicals. And once we get adapted to these chemicals, like we produce them whether we like it or not. You walk from your couch to your sink, you're producing some level of endorphins. It might be low, but you're producing some amount of endorphins. The body has to burn some type of calorie count of some sort. Like, doesn't matter how you scale it. All these chemicals they're on their feedback loops, because in the anatomy of things we have positive feedback loops and negative feedback loops, and it's how we begin to understand the positive feedback loops within ourselves so we can match that with the outside reality. And it starts small to build solid foundations, but it also improves over time, because these are the little things to master. These are little things not to be taken for granted, because if we become so complacent in this world and succumb to the negative energies around us, well, we're practically surrendering powerlessness without giving life a go. And it's important to give life a go. We are blessed with, in a way, it's, even though time doesn't necessarily exist, but because that's more of a human construct, but in this 3D reality, time does pass on by. Like, we can have all the wisdom and say the past is in the past and the future is yet to come and the present is already here because the present has won. You can construct the grounding of being here in the present, but doesn't mean we neglect the very reality of time passing by at all. Even after you finish watching this video, time is going to keep on moving on, and we can't stop it. We can either choose to react with good intentions, good feelings. We can accept it accept reality when we're not feeling our best. It's okay to not be okay. It's absolutely fine to feel fine. It's fine to feel safe. Like, some of these things that I'm sharing are just more of a reminder to myself as well, because it's important to share the truth that our bodies can heal everything. You don't need medication. Doesn't matter how neurologically challenged I have been through my learning difficulties, or having ADHD and autism, and having my fluctuations between my own mood swings. Like, I'm human. We all experience it. I might experience it to slightly different extremes, and I've had to learn how to balance my highs, had to learn how to balance my lows, and I had to learn how to slow down my own mind, because my mind can run fast, and I don't know what part of the eye is going to catch up with the mind running fast, because it's, yet again, it's a perception. It could be my own perception with me, whoever that is, catching up with the thoughts. Or I can just let go of it all, because I don't have to hold on to the thoughts, because they're just going to pass. And there's nothing to hold on to, because once they pass, well, I'm letting go. And what do I feel when you let go? What does anyone feel when you let go of anything? You feel lighter. Awesome. that seems to be the direction that I want to go. I want to feel light. I don't want to feel like I'm absorbing all the burdens of the world. They're not mine. We don't need to be burdened by problems that are beyond our control. So it's time to take back your control, take back your power, exercise, even if it's for an hour. Even 1 hour a week can shift a lot of things. It's it's up to you how you take action. It's up to you how you find information that complements your own stimulation. Be curious. Follow your curiosity. Follow what makes you curious. Get to the bottom of those things. And it's a journey. Don't forget about that. It's a process. Nothing's instant. Like, I got caught up in the new age bullshit of manifestation. And if you think it into existence, it will exist. It's like, no, that's not how it works. If you will it into existence, it will exist. Okay, well, no, that doesn't work. There's been countless times I've taken those belief systems to stupid extremes, hoping that the world would be not as chaotic as what it is at the moment, hoping that there's peace in this world. Um, and I thought it could happen yesterday. That's how much intention I had behind believing certain things still exist and supposedly manifest. But manifestation is a constant journey of alignment. Like, the terms that exist, but the notion behind it is, in the new age beliefs, have been a series of adding spiritual fluff, warping language that doesn't need to be warped. Manifestation does exist, things manifest. It does take thought before action. Like, the the skeleton of it is still relevant, but the timely manner that they tell us it's going to happen in, no. Just because you think that you could have $1 million doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. No, that's just not how this reality works. And it's accepting within our own limitations. It's accepting with our own faith. It's accepting within our own capacity to grow the way that we want to. It's all about taking action, reclaiming your power, and standing strong in what is going to make you feel good. As long as it doesn't harm anyone else, you're allowed to feel good. And maybe that's another perspective thing. Maybe that's a moment of meditation that helps reshuffle the beauty in the way we see the world. Anyways, I have gone on a tangent. I have enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. If you like this monologue, like, subscribe, share, do whatever it is that you feel free to do. If you reckon this video or this monologue could help anyone, get them to help them move, help them take a step towards a healthy way of living, there's more videos that I will be producing. So, welcome to my channel. Enjoy the journey, and we will speak more truth, more experienced truth, I suppose. Words don't matter anymore. So take it easy and have a good day.